I'm sorry about my voice and whatnot, you know. It's kinda late. I just figured I'd probably start a video series with this game, actually. I've been asked by one of my buddies to record this game, so let's go ahead and get it started. New game. I'm going to be doing the quest here, which is the standard quest. I could download other worlds, but I don't know. Just lack of boredom. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and begin the new campaign. Now, the way I've been playing this game, holy mother of lag spikes. I'm sorry about my PC, it's not quite up to par yet, but I'm going to scrap the first ship, the Rapier. The resources really come in handy for it, actually. Yes, I'd like to destroy this. And I'm going to do something a lot of people do, actually. That is scrap the beginning fortress. See, the one reason I've always played this way, this fortress is utter junk. Even with upgrades, it still has problems in combat. Go ahead and tab out. There goes the fortress. But there is something I'd like to do. Okay. So, the object of this game is just pretty much try to survive. Which is something that's pretty interesting. The game is definitely different. I like it. I've always compared it as Minecraft and Battleship having a baby, but, you know. What is going on? Oh, that would be a problem. Alright, jump back up here. That wooden block somehow. Get rid of that. Build. Let's go ahead and get the beginning of our platform built. I've been wanting to do a series for a while, but I just haven't really had the time. Now I'm starting to get available time, so I guess this all kind of works out. Hey, mirror, why you don't work the way I want you? There we go. See, okay. The main point of this is I'm going to be building a new fortress to gather resources and defend it, actually. Oops, wrong button. I've done some playtesting. I've had problems with it. I don't know if it's just me, but I think it's just the fact that I'm not used to it. Which I guess I could understand that being a problem. I mean, the game's still fairly new to me, so this will be a learning experience for me. So, let's go ahead and continue with our fortress. This that I'm building right now will be the engine compartment for the whole of the fortress, so it'll keep engine power and hopefully not get blown up. Oops. I'm gonna be trying to defend it, armor it, whatnot. Which will be fun. I already see what's gonna happen is I'm probably gonna get attacked and stuff's gonna hit the fan. It's not gonna be fun for me. So that's the front of the base. Okay, well I don't really have to worry about that though, so... Oops. Oops. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The engine I've always done in the beginning is based off of the original Fortress engine. It just makes it so much easier, in my opinion, just to use that. I mean, it's fairly efficient. I'm sure there's another more efficient engine you could use, but I've just always stuck with that. So, just bear with me. Like I said, I'm still learning. Mistakes, mistakes. I'm sure you can tell just by watching this, I'm still learning. I don't have a flag yet, which is something I should do. Relatively soon, I should do it at least. Add another one just for the fact that I can add cylinders again. Oops. Now I need carburetors. This is fun. I'm sorry, I know people are probably sick of seeing building it from the depths, which might actually be unappealing to some people in this series, so like I said, this is my first series, my first actual video series that I plan on keeping up to date, so just bear with me. Oops, wrong spot. Woo. I'm sorry, it's rather late, and I just figured, hey, you know what, I have time, might as well go record a bit. Now, the games that I usually play are a mix between War Thunder and Kerbal Space Program. I haven't had the time to record a video series with those. War Thunder, I don't think I can record a video series, though. Honestly. So, that'll be... if I ever do, that'll be fun. Okay, so that's our main engine. Let's go back and start working on this. There we go. Try to make it an odd number because it just makes it easier whenever you go into mirror mode. Well, it still gives you the ability to use mirror mode, which is good. These will be our resources, or our little resource gathering. It's a word I'm gonna try to use. Pods, I could say. Not pods, more along the lines of just bays. And my fill isn't working, so I'm gonna have to do all this by hand. Fun, fun. Thank you from the depths. There we go. Now it filled. Whoopsies. There we go. Fill this side. Take a little space away from here. Take mirror off on that area, do it over here. I have a very unique way of playing the game. Well, probably not unique, just weird. I've always focused more on a fortress than I have ships because, hey, what happens when you lose a fortress? You're probably going to lose the game. And it's never fun when that happens. So put some resource collectors here. Oops, wrong button. Like I said, I'm still fairly new to the game. I'm still getting the hang of it. I'm not used to it. It's different for me. I should not be building out of wood, I know this, so before people start yelling at me, I know, don't worry. I plan on doing something different. Oops. I know, don't worry guys. So, no, why? I feel like I'm talking to myself. It's a weird feeling, even though I do it every day. I'm probably going to be awkward for a lot of this video series just because it's just my personality. I'm an awkward person. So, my plans for this fortress are, I'm going to do something like my old Zeta fortress, just practically create an armored fortress to combat the first wave of enemies, and then after that, that's when I'll start basically devising the whole strategy of, are we at 100? Sweet. I'll use the same strategy I did, was work on the fortress first, try to protect the resource gathering, and then go from there. Try to, and whenever, after that first attack, that's when I'll start focusing on ships. Which is, I'm sure other people have done it before, but it just makes more sense to me because you want to protect your resources. Without your resources, you can't build your ships. And just makes it, you know, more, I mean, it makes it harder to get off the ground in my opinion. After that first attack, if you can survive that first wave though, you could probably get the resource to survive and build on. Which is, like I said, it's a weird way of playing, but it works for me, so just go with that. Control. No, fortress controller. There we go. Put this around the center. Raise this because that wave is really bugging me. Ugh. Bottom of the ocean. The oil drills. I'm gonna die. They're gonna attack me. I don't know what all this debris is. I'm gonna pretend I do, though. I'm not gonna pretend for the video. Jump! Alright, so raise it just a bit so the waves don't come crashing over. Not high enough. Alright, now we're good. So let's go ahead and metal beam. Why mirror? Why you no work right? There we go. I'm gonna do probably the same design strategy as my Zeta base, which is something I haven't released, but the whole idea behind it was an armored fortress, a cheap armored fortress that could survive the first couple waves. I think in my old playthrough it survived, I want to say about 6 or 7 waves of attacks before it finally succumbed to the enemy onslaught, as I like to call it. But I also had a ship then too, which actually happened to save the day. Repaired the base for me. Made my life very much easier. Nope. There we go. Right now, due to lack of resources, I'm going to do a one wide wall around the engine and resources and try to protect it as best that I can. I'm not worried about a roof on the resources, just something to soak up enough damage. So, let's keep going from here. Go to metal blocks just to make our lives... well, actually, I don't need metal blocks on this side. Other side I will. Middle block. Okay. Start working on a roof over here. Now, you know what? Work on this a little bit. This was a design flaw I had, was I left wood exposed on my old bases, so that actually came back to bite me in the butt quite a few times. Just leaving the wood exposed can actually do a lot to the structural integrity of your base. It can come back to bite you in the butt. So, that's always fun, when something that you should have knew about comes back to bite you in the butt. Let's actually expand this a little bit. I can always build onto this later, so it's nice to have extra room to make a semi-modular design is actually one of the best designs I've seen in this game because you can always adapt. It makes it easier to adapt to whenever you're fighting the first enemies and the last enemies. It's always nice to be able to adapt. My English is failing me because I'm just tired. I'm sorry again, please excuse my lack of sleep, I guess. What I'm gonna call it. Metal triangle, where are you at? There we go. No! Ugh. Messing up. My English and my gaming skills are failing me. I don't have gaming skills, I'm just kidding. That'll slope down, turn this around. Let's go ahead and go from here. I can fill this up with metal blocks, depending on if my resources work. Okay, maybe not, because my fill button really doesn't like me for some odd reason. I don't know. Okay, I broke it. Good job, me. Oh well, I got the resources back. Keep up armoring, nope. I'm going to do the same thing I did and leave little slits for the exhaust, which always works out until you have a missile go down it, which is never, no, it's not fun. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, The smoke is in my eyes. I can't really sing. Oh god, mistakes. Yes, like I said, still very new to the game. I'm gonna keep repeating that, so if anybody that does watch this plays from the depths, please don't flame me out because I know I'm making mistakes somewhere. Just don't kill me if I make a mistake. This is a learning experience for me, and I figured, hey, might as well record it, you know? Make it a little bit fun for me, until the Deepwater Guard decides to come back and say, hello, remember what happened to your old fortress? It's gonna be a repeat over here, and it's gonna suck. Yeah, I haven't made any KSP videos recently. It's just been due to lack of time. I haven't had time because work and school and everything, it just makes life a tad bit hard. I mean, I could have time, but like I said, work and school just, no. Work, school, and games don't mix. Metal beam. I should be focused on building resources, I understand this, so don't shoot me. not going to worry about protecting my resources though, because it's going to take me a while to build them up, which is always fun. Actually, I can use the resources I have now to my disposal. First, I want to push this stupid thing off that bugs the hell out of me every time I screw up. Off the ship, into the water. Let's go, comrade. You're clipped on something. Thank you. Let's go. You're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. I guess I could start to build a little wooden ship to protect us, because I have wood. That's my problem. I build everything with steel, which has always been a problem for me, but I just think it works better. I mean, honestly, I'd rather have something built out of steel and be able to take a few hits in a wooden ship that'll take maybe 1 or 2 hits and then just suddenly self-detonate, and then you're gonna get upset. Let's see, blocks. No, where's it at? I want to say miscellaneous. Aha! Here we go. Wow, actually, I could use this more than I can anything else. Okay, let's mirror again. Oh, why? Why does the way the mirror system in this game work the way it does? I mean, it makes a tad bit sense, but it doesn't at the same time. Go back, sub-vehicle. Whoa, blueprint spawner, my bad. What am I talking about? Alright. Let's go ahead and mess with these. Hold distance, 10. Bring that out to 20. This out to 20, even though I'm probably never going to use both at the same time. Hold time. Alright. Let's go back and watch our resources gather. Actually, I should be putting fuel converters up on my map. I will work on the interior for this building right now, and I will cover it up in steel in probably the next episode whenever I wait for my resources to build up. I'm not gonna spend I might spend like a half an hour making a video, but I'm not waiting the full time because it takes absolutely forever to get resources in this game. In the beginning at least. But I would still recommend it to people who would love to buy it. It's a very good game. Definitely takes the cake for any sandbox builders that are into naval ships like me. Okay, let's work on this. Okay, let's go ahead and put our door there. This is the door to the back. The door to our dock. I'm going to call that our dock because that'll be our vehicle spawner. Whatnot, just make our lives easier by being able to go in. I will put metal here because I don't trust my building. Metal here, start to build that up a tad bit. I'm gonna try to leave as little wood that I have exposed, just because it'll make life a tad bit easier. Let's go ahead and put in some fuel storage. It sounds like a ship's in the background. I don't know if it's just me or if I might just be losing it. I'm just gonna go with that. I'm just losing it. Go with that one. So, what else can we put down? a worthwhile investment if you're expecting heavy battle damage and don't have access to raw material. I could put spares crates. Actually, I was planning on doing this at one point for my ammo storage. I was going to build underwater, build a bunker under the center, or around the center, or the back end. Because if you get hit, it's gonna suck. I actually should start working on that now. Oops, wrong button. I mean, you don't have to have a lot of ammo because you can produce the ammo, but you definitely want to have some sort of ammo storage, whether it be small or big. I'm not going to move the fortress up for this, even though I could. Go ahead and start to... Actually, I should build it a little bit longer. Not gonna ask why the fortress is telling me to go F myself. I take it I probably put just a tad bit too many resources in it. Let's go ahead and add a tad bit more armor. I'm probably going to do double layer down here. So if it does get hit at least once or twice. The water's mostly going to be its armor though. Just make it easier. We can bring it back down again. Bring it back down into the water. The wasa. There we go. Starting to build up. I take it doesn't like being unsubmerged for too long. Even though it's technically a Sky Fortress block, but okay. It's not going to let me fill, so thank you. I'm like I said, I'm probably going to remain awkward throughout this whole series because of just my personality. I'm not going to talk much, but I'm going to try to get as much done as I can in videos, so... Actually, I should cut the video off here. It would make my life just a tad bit easier because I need sleep. I'm pretty sure you guys are sick of hearing my voice. Actually, I'm pretty sure nobody here wants to hear my voice. But next time we will finish the fortress and add weapons to it. So if you like this short little video, my introduction to my series, like, favorite, subscribe, and I will see you guys whenever I get free time. See ya!